Every once in a while, a project kind of bubbles up from the developer world that hints at something big, a real fundamental shift in how we do things. Today, we're going to dig into one of those. It's called DevLab Studio. And while it's still mostly under wraps, the breadcrumbs we have point to a seriously ambitious, maybe even revolutionary vision for computing.
So yeah, that's the big question, right? What exactly is this thing? DevLab Studio is being floated as a total game changer, but all the details are scattered in little pieces across developer notes and some early peeks. So, in this explainer, our job is to play detective and piece it all together for you.
All right, let's dive in. We're going to treat this like a proper investigation. We'll look at all the clues, all the developer notes, and break down exactly what we know so far about this mysterious project and what it might mean for how we use our computers every day.
Okay, first things first, and this is absolutely crucial to get your head around. DevLab Studio is not just another app you download and open. No, think bigger. It's being built as a platform, a whole ecosystem, where all your tools, websites, even AI models can plug in and work together in one single, unified space. And this is where things get really wild. The entire foundation of this project is built on a principle that basically flips modern software design completely on its head. It's designed from the ground up to be offline first.
This chart says it all, really. Right now, almost everything we use is just a window to the cloud, right? Your data's online, your logic's online, and if your internet goes down, the whole thing is basically useless. DevLab Studio completely reverses that. The platform is local. Your data lives on your machine. The web becomes a tool you access from your UI, not the other way around. It's a total paradigm shift.
So, how does that actually work in practice? Well, the main user interface runs natively, right there on your machine. Any AI tools, they're meant to use local models. So if you lose your internet connection, nothing breaks. The system just keeps on chugging along using its own assets. And then the moment you reconnect, boom, it seamlessly hooks back into the live web. It's this self-sufficient little world, which is just incredibly rare these days.
Okay, so if this thing is so self-contained and local, how does it play with, the rest of the world? And that brings us to the next core mechanic, something the developers are calling seamless integration. The secret sauce here is this concept called a control surface. Now, don't think of it like a normal web browser window. It's more like an active command center. It doesn't just show you a website. It's a layer that lets you integrate with and actually control any site or app you pull into it. And all of that control happens locally on your machine.
So they have this process they call wrapping. Let me walk you through it. Imagine you open a site like GitHub, but you do it inside the studio. The system's viewer essentially wraps around the GitHub interface, making it feel like it's a native part of your local setup. You can then control it and manage it just like a local app. It's like pulling the web right into your personal command center. And this all boils down to this one really powerful idea. The goal is that you can connect to everything, any service, any website, but the platform itself isn't dependent on any of them to actually work. It stays totally independent, which of course is the entire point of that offline-first design. So why? Why go to all this trouble to build something so radically different? Well, it all comes down to a core design philosophy the developer simply calls zero friction. This one quote, which pops up a lot in the dev notes, is pretty much the guiding light for the entire project. It's this simple, powerful idea. Solve a problem permanently so you never ever have to deal with that little point of friction again.
So what does zero friction actually look like in practice? It means being completely relentless about streamlining your workflow. The goal is to hunt down every single pain point, no matter how small, and automate it. It means caching every dependency so you're never waiting for a download. It means eliminating every single slowdown. The ultimate dream is to create a state of pure, uninterrupted flow.
Okay, so we've pieced together the core ideas. Now, let's have some fun and get into the speculation. If a project like this actually pulls it off and succeeds, what does that mean for the future? What are we really looking at here?
Well, if DevLab Studio really delivers on its vision, it might accidentally create a whole new category of software, the personal compute layer. This isn't just another tool. It's a layer that lives between your code editor, your web browser, and your operating system, basically merging them all into one single unified control center for your entire digital life.
And that really gets to the heart of it. It's not trying to replace your favorite tools. It's not another IDE. It's not a new browser. Instead, it wants to be the connective tissue, the unified space that sits right in the middle and makes everything else you already use work better together. Now, of course, we gotta keep our feet on the ground here. This is still really early. The project is officially listed as version 1.0 in progress. The developer has been very clear that it's made up of lots of smaller systems and apps that will eventually, hopefully, come together to form the complete vision. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But ultimately, when you step back and look at the big picture, we could be watching the very beginning of a new way of computing, one that truly prioritizes local control, data ownership, and a completely frictionless workflow. It's a bold, incredibly ambitious vision, and while it's way too soon to know what will happen, the potential here leaves us with one massive question, doesn't it?